Okay, so the number 6 thing that I learned from Microsoft in 2016 is that as a company, Microsoft will move the needle. And so what do I mean by that? They are a huge marketing machine, and pretty much when they put the weight of the organization behind something, they're going to move it, right? And a great example of that is Office 365. So I think, if you look at it, it's really probably been out for almost 6 years now. Prior to that, it was called BPOS, or the Business Productivity Suite, or something to that nature, and then they rebranded it as Office 365. And, so they were slowly getting sales of it, but in the last couple of years, they've really shifted their focus to, we're going to sell this. And we're really starting to see huge numbers from them, as evidenced in their annual report, that there's a massive growth of Office 365. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's all being deployed, but they will move that needle. So when Microsoft puts their mind behind something, they will move the needle. In fact, I was actually just reading the other day about Skype for Business and how they're actually starting to move the needle there as well. So Cisco, was really truly embedded at unified communications place. Microsoft is outpacing their competitors with growth in the UC space, and they will continue to do that, and they will take market share, and it will not be long, probably 2 or 3 years from now, they'll probably be in a leading place with their Skype for Business product and in the UC space. And so they do have that might, they do have that power. The marketing machine itself can ramp up to accomplish whatever they want. And so as much as we're saying be prepared, know what you don't, knowing what you don't need is more important than knowing what you do need, it is important to know that Microsoft as an organization will move the needle. So, what does this mean? What does this translate to? So if you're an enterprise agreement customer and you're renewing, and you're not renewing with Office 365 included, so in other words, we're not going to deploy to the cloud, we don't want to buy it at this point in time. What does that mean? It means that the incentives that you get from Microsoft around investment, around discount, will be far less than if you include Office 365, because they want to move that needle. So as an organization, they'll basically say, we'll go back to what do they consider to be a strategic relationship. The customer, I think in video number 5, we talked about where they said an EA is strategic customer. I would probably be able to take that a step further and say an EA customer with Office 365 is a strategic customer. So they'll probably view you as not being quite so strategic, and they're going to offer up less incentives. So it's important to note what it is that they're trying to accomplish and see if you can actually leverage that in your negotiations. So maybe we're not ready to move to Office 365, but are there some things that we can do to maybe take some in order to kind of let Microsoft know that we're interested? Maybe we'll dip our toe in the water and try it out, and then that way we can get a good deal on what we actually need. So the number 6 thing that I learned from Microsoft in 2015 is they will move the needle as a company when they want to.